Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, it's about 5:30 right now. We've made it to Thursday.
We have.
And but it doesn't sound like we've made it to much change when it comes to, we've been going through the same thing all week long.
So many showers.
My goodness.
I'm growing mushrooms outside.
Right.
I'm telling you. And I do think we're going to have more showers in the forecast for today, but things should dry up a little bit heading to the weekend. If you're looking for more sunshine, I think we'll find that for you too. Of course, that does mean it's going to get hotter, so that's the other side of the coin, right? We have all the showers, it keeps the temperatures down. We start to get more sunshine and fewer showers, and these numbers start to perk up a little bit. 81 right now at Apalachicola to get started this morning. It's 72 in Perry, it's 74 in Tallahassee and Bainbridge. In Valdosta, we're at 74, so most numbers closely grouped between like 72 and 75, but a couple of warmer spots down near the coast. What we're not seeing down near the coast this morning are the showers that have been a little bit more noticeable, I think, the past several mornings. I do think we will see some showers get going, but usually it's when we see the early morning showers beginning and then sort of blossoming through the morning hours that we expect to find more showers in more spots at more times during the day. I still think there's going to be some showers today, and that should prevent these temperatures from spending too much time up over 90. But I think the showers may be just a little bit fewer and farther between today compared to those multiple waves of showers that we've been having for the past couple of days. So expect just a little warmer today. It's still to be incredibly muggy out there. And each of the next few days, those rain chances are going to inch down a little bit, and those temperatures are going to inch up. I'll break it all down, full forecast, in just a couple of minutes.
An update now on an 11-month-old found dead inside a parked car outside of Big Bend Hospice. Tallahassee police have released more information saying the little boy's mother inadvertently left him in the car while at work and found him unresponsive after her shift. Our Madison Glaser has more.
A local mother got to work at the Big Bend Hospice.
A morning that started like any other, ended in a tragedy. TPD says the mother unintentionally left behind her 11-month-old baby in the car while she started her shift at the Big Bend Hospice.
When she walked out and finished her shift, she did discover that she had left her child in the vehicle. They immediately called 911. You know, when officers arrived, they discovered that unfortunately the child was deceased.
Paige Stewart with Safe Kids Big Bend says a parked car can become dangerous in a matter of minutes, especially for kids.
Being in a vehicle for any certain amount of time, of course, will take anyone's temperature up by any number of degrees. And for children, their body heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults.
She recommends parents leave reminders like putting a purse, cell phone, or something you'll need in the back seat. A message echoed by daycare providers. Growing Room in Tallahassee sends reminders to parents twice a year about safety.
Paying attention, making sure you are not on your phone, listening, distracted, listening to the radio too loud. Remember your baby's in the car, head to childcare, and we have that information that goes out in September, and we have our parents sign off that they've acknowledged it, and we do it again in April.
Experts say a change in daily routine, stress, fatigue, and distractions can be contributing factors, leading to a parent's worst nightmare.
Just heartbreaking news. I feel for the family and anybody who ever had to go through that. I'd say, hug your babies tonight and just be very mindful what you're doing.
TPD says they are in the preliminary stages of the investigation and are waiting for the results of the baby's autopsy. Their findings will be handed over to the state attorney's office to determine whether there will be any charges.
In some national news, the Uvalde School District's superintendent recommends that the chief of police for the school who oversaw the police response in May should be fired. Chief Pete Arredondo was put on administrative leave late last month. He was one of nearly 400 law enforcement officers responding to the shooting. Officials also identifying him as the on-scene commander. However, a preliminary report by the Texas House Investigative Committee finding that he did not consider himself to be in charge. The Board of Education will host a special meeting on Saturday to discuss his fate. And amid a wave of violent crimes and mass shootings, the ATF revealing its seizure of more than 7,000 illegal weapons in the past year, many coming from places like Chicago and Washington, New York, and Los Angeles and San Francisco. The Department of Justice ramping up its efforts to address those issues, but Attorney General Merrick Garland says there's still more work to be done. 2 weeks ago, President Joe Biden signed the first major federal gun safety law in decades. And happening tonight, the January 6th committee set to present more evidence during its 8th hearing.
The focus this time, former President Trump's inaction as a mob stormed the U.S. Capitol. Serena Marshall has more on what we can expect to hear.
It's the last scheduled hearing of the summer tonight, and the January 6th House committee members say the focus, what former President Trump was doing as a mob rampaged through the Capitol building.
Focusing on those critical 187 minutes between when the attack on the Capitol started and when Donald Trump finally issued a video statement asking people to leave the Capitol. That's so important to know what Donald Trump was doing and why he didn't ask people to leave sooner.
Helping to lead the questions, one of the panel's 2 Republicans, Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger.
The reality is, I'll give you this preview, the president didn't do very much, but gleefully watched television during this time frame.
Testifying in person during tonight's primetime hearing, a pair of former White House officials, both of whom resigned January 6th following the violence. Former Deputy National Security Advisor Matt Pottinger and Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Matthews were working in the White House that day.
I stand with Trump and the Constitution. Trump won, Biden's illegitimate.
As for former Trump advisor Steve Bannon, he struck a defiant tone following day 3 of his contempt of Congress trial. Prosecutors rested their case after calling just 2 witnesses to discuss Bannon's refusal to cooperate with the January 6th committee. Bannon's attorney argued that he never actually said no to the committee request. They said Bannon had been trying to negotiate the terms of his testimony until as recently as last week, even though that offer came only days before his contempt trial was slated to begin. Serena Marshall, CBS News, the Capitol.
January 6th Select Committee Chairman Benny Thompson would not attend today's hearing after testing positive for COVID-19 earlier this week. The hearing gets underway at 8 p.m. You can see it right here on CBS. Rudy Giuliani will testify in a Georgia courtroom next month. It's all part of an investigation into potential criminal meddling in Georgia's 2020 election. Prosecutors want to talk to him about testimony he gave in late 2020 about an edited surveillance video he claimed was proof of widespread voter fraud. The video was debunked by the Georgia Secretary of State's office, and Giuliani was later suspended from practicing law in New York. A judge has ordered him to take the stand August 9th. A Georgia law that bans abortions after a detectable heartbeat now given a green light. A federal appeals court ruled the so-called heartbeat bill is legal. The decision comes after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The Georgia law includes exceptions for rape and incest if a police report is filed. It also allows later abortions when the mother's life is at risk or a serious medical condition renders a fetus unviable.
In the Sunshine State, nearly 60,000 families are getting some extra support. The Department of Children and Families is announcing $450 checks are being sent out to those who qualify. The one-time payments come from money set aside in the state budget. DCF saying the amount is $450 per child. And covering Gadsden County, a historic celebration in Chattahoochee marking the 100th anniversary of the opening of the Victory Bridge.
The bridge, the first one connecting major highways along East and West Florida. Our Michelle Roberts takes us to River Landing Park for the commemoration.
100 years after Victory Bridge opened, the Chattahoochee community remembering how far they've come. David Avant III says his dad attended the dedication on July 20th, 1922.
He was here when he was 4 years old, and everyone was so proud that they didn't have to take the ferry across the bridge or swim across it on their horse.
The bridge over the Apalachicola was named after the triumphs of World War I. It was also a part of the original Old Spanish Trail Highway, running all the way from the East Coast in Florida to California.
This is a monument that should be on the National Historical Registry. In my opinion, it is the prettiest bridge in all of Florida.
The bridge closed to vehicles in 1994. The Chattahoochee mayor is hoping for federal and state funding to repair the structure to allow pedestrians to walk across again.
When we was younger, we used to walk on it. It's a beautiful bridge. You can see so much over the Apalachicola River. It's just a landmark that should be used and not just sitting there rotting.
At the event, the community also reflected on how Chattahoochee came together 100 years ago to overcome the influenza and now is going through a new pandemic, COVID-19, and lingering damage from Hurricane Michael.
Some of us people here was without water and utilities for 27 days, and then the pandemic hit. There was quite a few people that passed, but overall it's kind of slowed down now, which is we're thankful for. So we all just pull together. That's what Chattahoochee is. It's a town that comes together when other people are in need and our fellow people.
All right, 5:40 right now. Okay, Rob, you know, we're starting off talking about more rain again, but we're close to the weekend. People don't want to hear that. So what's the status?
And I think I have better and brighter and drier news for the weekend. I mean, it's July. There's still going to be the chance for some afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms, but not like we've been having. I think today is the day we start to transition towards slightly drier, and that likely means we watch those temperatures get a little bit higher, but there still should be decent shower chances this afternoon to keep most of our numbers from spending too much time up over 90. And I do think a lot of areas, if we get the showers going, might even be able to keep it in the 80s for one more day. Here's the radar picture this morning. Not much cooking here. A little different than the past couple of days when we'd already seen plenty of showers moving across some of the Gulf waters and some of our coastal areas. Right now, any of the showers that we're watching on radar are way off to the north, and those are never going to get here. Instead, we've got all this warm, humid air in place, and eventually we will generate some scattered showers from it. Just likely not as many as we've had the past couple of days. And unlike yesterday and the day before and the day before, I don't think we're talking about the multiple waves of showers today. We could probably get a couple, but not like we've been seeing. And then as we get to tomorrow, maybe the better chances for showers stay a little further north and west as things slowly start to change and some of that upper level energy moves away and the overall pattern changes just a little bit and for a little while, which should set us up for more sunshine heading into the weekend, fewer showers, not zero, fewer showers heading into the weekend. And of course, all that will come with higher daytime temperatures. Today, I'm still going to leave the rain chances like 60%, so still a good shot no matter where you're standing to get one of those showers or maybe a couple of those showers. Just a little different than what we've had the past couple of days where we were really expecting these multiple waves of showers throughout the day. Now tomorrow, the shower chances come down a little bit more, and over the weekend, down even farther. So I think what's going to happen for us is we're going to watch those temperatures climb. All the while, by the way, the humidity really isn't going to change all that much. It is icky, sticky, muggy, gross out there this morning. It's going to be that way for the next couple of days, probably for the next couple of weeks. July, August around here, it's usually all about the humidity. Notice how those temperatures, though, as the rain chances come down, as we expect fewer showers, we're going to see those daytime temperatures get higher, and we are likely going to start spending more hours up over 90, and this weekend, maybe several hours closer to 95.